Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land. I hope you are well. It is Thursday, the 29th of May, 2025. They say that we're too small, that we couldn't survive on our own, that we should be grateful for what we've got. They tell us that we're better off being managed, that we need supervision, that our ambitions are too big for our size. And every time that Scotland does something remarkable, they wave it off as luck, as if a country of 5.5 million people couldn't possibly lead on culture, climate, equality or innovation. But here's the truth, we already are. This final chapter isn't about promises or slogans, it's about the kind of nation Scotland is quietly becoming, under pressure, under constraint, but still moving forward, under the glass ceiling of devolution. We've used every inch of devolved power to build something better, not for show, but for the people who live here, from the highlands to the islands, from our towns, villages and our cities. We've been laying the foundations for a modern, confident, self-governing country. This is part 4 of the SNP's top 100 achievements. Scotland isn't just preparing for the future, we're shaping it. We've done more than commit to a green economy, we've made it law. Scotland is the first nation to embed a just transition into legislation, ensuring that no worker or community is left behind as we move to net zero. That's not just a plan, it's a promise. And we're backing that up with the world's first climate justice fund, recognising that climate change hits the poorest the hardest. We've trebled that fund to £36 million because fairness doesn't stop at the border. It starts at home and ripples outwards. On the ground, the change is visible. Climate action hubs have been rolled out across Scotland, helping communities decarbonise from the ground up. And our peatland action programme has already restored over 51,000 hectares of degraded land, cutting emissions and repairing ecosystems. We're not just tackling the air and the land, we're looking to our seas too with the National Marine Plan. It's a blueprint for sustainability on coastal development, protecting biodiversity while supporting industries that rely on our waters. And while others drag their feet, we've set a course to fully decarbonise Scotland's railways by 2035, replacing diesel with electrification and cleaner rolling stock. Our infrastructure is not just about movement, it's about direction. And unlike England, where privatisation defines utilities, here in Scotland, Scottish Water remains in public hands, delivering cleaner water, better service and saving households on average £27 a year. This is what real environmental leadership looks like. Not slogans, not delays, but delivery. But we're more than policy, we're people, and culture matters. In Scotland, access to national museums and galleries is free, because art and history should not be a privilege. We didn't just say it, we funded it, and we followed through by investing in the V&A Dundee, a world-class design museum that has become a cultural landmark, a point of pride beyond the city itself. We've also supported the stories that we tell. The Broadcast Content Fund helps independent creators who share Scottish voices on big screens and small, because if we don't tell our stories, somebody else will. And it's not just about looking in, it's about showing up on the global stage too. Under SNP leadership, Scotland has successfully hosted some of the biggest events on the earth. Commonwealth Games, the Ryder Cup, the Solheim Cup and COP26. That's what normal countries do. And we've already proven that we can do it as well. But no modern nation is worth the name if it doesn't take care of its people. Scotland has one of the narrowest gender pay gaps in the UK, down to 2.2% for full-time workers, because equality isn't optional here. We've introduced the Equality Safe strategy to tackle violence against women and girls at its roots, not just in headlines. That strategy is backed up by funding and action, not just sound bites and sympathy. We're also regulating the excesses too. like the unchecked explosion of holiday lets. Our short-term let licensing system is helping councils protect housing, preserve neighbourhoods and return balance to local communities. Even our support for families is built in with purpose. Best Start Foods provides financial help for low-income families to buy healthy essentials during pregnancy and early childhood. It's one of those small policies that changes lives quietly but permanently. And where others ignore the rural and remote, we invest in it. The National Islands Plan lays out 13 strategic goals for improving life, from infrastructure to healthcare to housing, and we're backing it with real money. The Islands programme is already delivering £25.8 million across 6 councils, supporting vital local projects. Tourism matters too, but not at the cost of local well-being. That's why we created the Rural Tourism Infrastructure Fund, investing over £20 million since 2020 to help small communities manage growing visitor numbers with dignity. And we've stood by those who put food on the table, not just in name, but in funding. We've supported crofters, farmers and growers through the shocks of Brexit and COVID, including tailored loan schemes to help them stay afloat and plan for the future. We've also backed local power with action. The Community Empowerment Act gives more rights to communities over land, services and assets, backed by over £16 million to help them use it. And for local businesses, we provided £12 million in zero-interest digital development loans, helping them modernise and compete and grow sustainably. And it wouldn't be Scotland if we didn't invest in the spirit of the next generation. We've expanded access to 2 hours of PE per week in schools, from just 10% of schools meeting the standards in 2005 to 99% of them doing it now. We've put over £209 million into sport facilities since 2007, building healthier bodies and stronger communities. And we made music tuition free, so no child misses out on learning an instrument because their family can't afford it. And while the UK economy drags itself along, Scotland's GDP per person has grown faster than the UK average, and productivity has outpaced nearly 3 times the UK average since 2007. This isn't luck. This is leadership. This is what happens when a nation chooses to invest in its people, the planet, and its own potential, not just egos, donors, or newspaper headlines. That was the 100 achievements delivered under devolution, delivered under pressure, delivered for the people of Scotland while we remain on that extendable leash that Westminster holds on to. If this is what we can do while we're still tied to England and the Union, imagine what we could do if we had the ability to make all of our decisions, use all of our wealth to benefit all of our people. This is the Scotland we've already started to build. We need to get on with it and finish the job.